Hello beauties, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl. I have a really fun video for you guys today, but before we get into that, if you're new here, hi, I'm Poca. I have a joint channel with my husband. I do have a separate playlist where I post like girl stuff, so make sure you subscribe, turn on the post notifications so that you know every single time we upload. I think I'm going to stick to uploading every Friday because yeah, I feel like that works best with like my work schedule and all that stuff. So if you guys don't know, today is World Hijab Day. So I thought it would be really nice and very fitting if I shared with you guys my hijab story. I started wearing hijab, let me see, 5 years ago. Wait. No. I think 6 years ago. And yeah, I just want to share with you guys like how I came to start wearing it, what influenced me into making that decision, was it hard, like, you know, all that stuff. So I'm gonna spill all the tea for you guys, okay? Just wait, I got you. So the first thing I want to do is give you guys a little backstory. So my mom and her side of the family is Catholic, okay? My dad's side of the family is Muslim. So I was brought up for like half my life by both my parents, but like I used to live with my mom. So I would go to church and stuff like that. So then I moved with my dad, and then I started seeing more of like the Islamic side of it. For like a couple years, it was just like whatever, like, you know, I was still young and like I wasn't really like specifically taught anything. So I kind of just learned everything as I got older and like on my own, and like once I understood things. So by this time I'm like maybe 12, 13 years old, and so I started like doing my own research because like my dad, like he would fast and stuff, and I'd be like, why am I fasting and what does this mean, why am I doing it, whatever. And so like that's when I started to do my own research, because I don't like to do something and not know why I'm doing it. So I, like, if I was fasting, I wanted to know why I was doing it. What was the reason? What was the reason? I'm just kidding. But I wanted to know why I was doing it. So then I started doing my own research. You know, you got your computer, I'm in my room. I'm at that age where I just want to know everything. Like, I started to go to the mosque more and stuff like that. And then that's when I started wearing the hijab, like, out of respect, because I'm not, like, when I went to the mosque, I saw that, like, everybody was wearing a scarf. You know what I mean? So I just started, like, anytime I went to like an Islamic event or to the mosque in general, I would just put it on, but I would still wear jeans and a shirt. And it was like kind of weird, because I remember this one time, it was during Ramadan, I went to go pray, bro. I went to pray and I was wearing Adidas sweats, like the tight ones, you know, like the fitted like Adidas sweats, and a shirt and a jean jacket and a nasty cheetah print hijab. I wore that to go pray, okay? And this lady behind me, she was like kind of looking at me, and I was like, yo, I feel uncomfortable. But then I realized that everybody else was like wearing like a dress or like a skirt or like loose pants or whatever, and like a long top. Sorry guys, my camera overheated. But yeah, so I was saying that, like, you know, I was like observing how other people were dressed, and then I realized maybe I should kind of change my outfit, maybe, I don't know. The next thing I want to talk about is what was going on up here. So like my mindset started shifting as a child, and like even now, like basically I'm the type of person that's like, if you want to do something, go do it. Don't care about what other people gotta say. Like, everybody's always gonna have an opinion, right? So if you want to do something, go do it. How could you just have that feeling of like burning, like, oh my god, I really want to do something, and just not do it? Because what? You know? So I always, like, I just never cared about what people had to say about me, what they thought about me. So yeah, that was like my mindset. And I was always the type of person to think like, don't touch anything with half your heart, even if that means gradual progress. Like, obviously you're not just gonna jump into something and be an expert, or jump into something and, you know, you got it all, like, you got it all down. Like, no, go into something knowing that this is what you want to do, right? And just take that first step and stand by it, you know? Sorry for my little pep talk, but that's just how I think. So I'm getting more aware, like I have more awareness now, and I was like learning things, like learning, like, how do I say? I was like, I was on a spiritual search without expecting anything. So like I just wanted to learn. I wasn't like, oh my god, like this is such a hard time in my life, send me a sign. Like I wasn't at that point in my life, or like at that point in life. I was just more like, I want to learn. Like I want knowledge. So the time that I started wearing hijab was a crazy time because number one, I'm a senior in high school. Okay, it's finals week. Oh sorry, I forgot to press this finger. It's finals week. I am a week from graduating, a week away from graduating high school. I just got a new job, or like I'm interviewing for a summer job, and Ramadan is about to start in like a week. So now, getting closer to when I started wearing it, like officially, as I said, like all that was going on, and that was like a week before I decided I'm gonna start wearing it. But what got me closer to that point and to making that decision was that it's something so simple, but like okay, so Ramadan was like a week away, and I needed new hijabs for the mosque because all my hijabs were like dingy or like weird, like I don't know, they were just ugly and like outdated. So I went to the mall and I was like just like shopping, whatever, and then I came home and I was trying them on, and my dad was there, and I was like, oh, like this one's nice or whatever, and then I just sat there and I was like, I know that I have to wear this one day. I know that this is mandatory. And I was like, what am I waiting for? So yeah, then I was like, like I'm about to wear this one day. So yeah, so I was kind of like if I'm gonna do something eventually, why not do it now, kind of like that's how I was thinking about it. So yeah, like I literally said that as I was like trying them on. My dad was there and he was like, yeah, you know, like that's true, whatever. He was just like letting me talk. From that day on, I started wearing it. And no, I wasn't like perfect in wearing it. Like I wasn't, you know, full on like hijabi, like, you know what I mean? I was still kind of like dressing like how I used to, like with jeans and shirt and stuff. The day that I officially started wearing it was June 21st, 2014. That was the first day of summer. And yeah. So I went to school wearing it, right? Because I'm hijabi now. And a week before that, I wasn't. So all my like friends and like classmates or whatever, they were all like, kind of like, you know, what happened? Why are you wearing this? And then I was like, you know, I explained to them, like, you know, this is part of my religion, blah, 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 like, this is what I want to do now. And they were, like, pretty cool with it. It's not like I lost friends because I started wearing it or whatever, you know, like, at the end of the day, I'm still me, you know. And then during my graduation, I wore it, and really ugly, too. Like, the way I looked, like, I didn't know how to wear it properly, but my Spanish teacher came up to me and she was like, what happened? Like, oh my god, did you dye your hair? She thought I like had a hair dye gone wrong moment. This is like, okay, so like, you know how I told you I had that whole summer job going? So I went to the job interview as a non-hijabi, and then the day that I showed up for like my first shift, I was wearing it. So my boss was like, what happened? Like, what? Kind of confused, right? And then like I had a lot of explaining to do for like a while, because everybody was like, what, like, oh my god, because I just went from not wearing it to wearing it, like, you know, just like that. And then so he was like, my boss was just like, you know, as long as it doesn't affect work and like you can still get your work done, I don't care. So that's kind of how everything played out. I had to obviously make some changes, and then some changes came with me wearing the hijab, right? So first thing was, obviously I couldn't dress the same anymore, right? The second thing was, I always wanted to be like a low-key, I really wanted to be an actress and model, but I felt like since I wore the hijab, I wouldn't have the opportunity to do that or like fulfill that. But I was wrong, because like my first modeling gig was with a hijab company who I actually just had a shoot with like a couple days ago. And then the other thing that I noticed was that it became like a shield for me. The things that I would do like on a daily basis that were not good for me, I stopped doing. You know what I mean? It just removed a whole lot of negativity from my life, like instantly, literally. Like it was like a shield. Like that's the only way I can explain it. I just started wearing it, and then it was like I had this like bubble around me. So I mean, that's pretty much the timeline of from before to during to after I started wearing the hijab. And like, I know it's easier said than done, and a lot of times there's, you know, people that wear it and then they take it off, or they think about taking it off, they want to, they don't know why they wore it, like they jumped in it too quickly, right? The only thing I could say for that is like, you have to be aware of your mental like state. If you feel like taking it off, you gotta ask yourself why. Why do you want to take it off? What is causing you to feel like that? Is it something you're watching? Is it you're following on Instagram? Is it, you know, are you comparing yourself to other people? Like, even if you're comparing yourself to other hijabis, don't do that. If you're not aware of your mental state and, you know, where you are in whatever, it's gonna cause you to wander, and then you're gonna get lost, and then you're gonna slack off, right? So to avoid that, always reflect. Obviously, don't jump the gun. Start slow, get comfortable, right? Because as you can see, my whole story, it wasn't just like, oh, I want to wear it, I'm wearing it. Like, no, there was a lot of things that came into play, a lot of things that influenced me to change, to come to realization with things. Take your own steps, go at your own pace until you're comfortable. It's not like you don't need to jump into it and just like dive in. Like, take your time, play it out how you feel comfortable, how you would feel comfortable. Whether that's if you want to start with loose clothing and then start wearing the hijab, or if you only want to wear it to certain events and, you know, things like that. But that's just my advice. I'm no expert, I'm not perfect, and yeah, I'm just telling you what works for me and what I think you could, you know, benefit from. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please comment down your feedback, comment down your hijab story, let me know. Also follow me on Instagram, I'll link everything down below. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!